This is the Rude Dog Boxing International Hall of Fame presentation, along with some bouts. Amazing. Paul and Jill Iannuzzi are just amazing people. Give back to the community, as you can see here with Parkinson's and all that he does for the community. This is his ring in the facility, and these are the guys that were inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame that night. I was proud to be one of those people.
My wife and I worked very hard to try to present something that's worthy of you people. And some of it's going well, some of it not so great, but we tried our best. We heard that ringside was closing down, and I enjoyed fighting at the Ringside World Championships, and they were taking that away from us. And it was because of their fault. It's just some problems with this. I'm going to make a tournament. And we're going to go after it. And it's going to be great. She's like, great. How long? 6 to 8 months from now? I'm like, nah, 9 weeks. There wasn't a single person that I can't remember what I had for breakfast, but I remember everybody in that. I absolutely was smiling, everything, handshaking. The camaraderie is second to nothing. You ain't had it here.
We love it.
Exactly. It's not, yeah. And let's have some food and have some fun, and we'll go from there. Enjoy.
Thank you, Paul.
Selected for this, I have to tell you, there's thousands of masters, and the coolest thing is I had a team of 7 people choose who would be selected, and all of you were 7-0 voted in. There was nobody that said no. I never heard of you. So, because I was like not a latecomer to the Masters, but 2011, 2010. He's just like, no, you gotta know this guy, John Distadek. He's like, he is Batman, okay? And so I'm like, stop it, I'm Batman. And he's just like, no. And I read it, your information about you. Yeah, no, I might be Robin, but I'm definitely not Batman, okay? I'm like, I didn't be Robin yet to read what you've done. So, we unanimously voted you in, and it's because he made me aware of how wonderful you are. So he's going to tell a little bit about you and hand you your award. It might work now? Hello? Oh, you son of a gun. All right, there you go.
All right. So John, I met John at ringside, say 2008, 2009, something like that. Somewhere in that range. And I saw this tall guy beating up on these little guys. Because this guy was, what you're 6'3", 6'4"? 6'3". About 6'3". And he was weighing like 168, 170. So, the matchups was weight, So, but showed a lot of skill, and man, every time you were in that ring, you came to fight. What people don't know about this guy too is he was out in originally from LA, from commercials to sparring with some pros and all these things to moving to Tennessee and now Florida. This gentleman, when it came to Masters, he was at every ringside, and a couple of other, local events and stuff like that. But he's also a senior Olympic winner as well. So he did rowing, he did track, he did swimming, he did triathlons, and always successful, always within the top 3, and medaling, and just amazing, and still doing it to this day.
Wow, look at
you. To this day. And so when we talk about people in the ring and outside the ring, another great example of class and just someone that loves the sports and loves people. You know what I mean? So again, another great addition to the family. John, come on up here. You got it. So
you forgot one thing, Manny. You forgot he's the oldest.
Huh?
He's the oldest.
Yeah, he's the oldest one.
I thought 84. I thank the Lord consistently. I would have never, ever imagined that one day in my life, I actually have a ministry called Redefining Aging. It's a Christian ministry. We promote the Christian principles. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. And we've got about 350 testimonies up on our site. And we go around doing events, Senior Olympics, rowing, triathlons. We don't do boxing anymore. Had a great run. I really appreciated the people I met. Manny's been just such an inspiration for the sport. And so many people. Robert Ray, some of you might remember, fought him twice. Robert Ray has gone to the Lord, hopefully. But we just appreciate the camaraderie, the friendships, just the attitudes and the people that we've met, throughout the years. And I've recently met. I'm just so appreciative of all what he's doing here. And thank you. I appreciate what. Even get information on the sport, but because of this gentleman, we were able to find where events were, information about it, the rules, what kind of headgear to wear, what to expect when you go into these matches. He was the one that brought it to the forefront of boxing. Greg, God rest his soul, had a concept, worked some legalese, but Manny was the guy that took the seed from just a little sprout to something that was massively significant, to the point where you had 2-4 fights on a card, to now when you go to a Las Vegas tournament, you probably have 300 fighters. Absolutely incredible. Manny has been there to help everybody. Why? It's for economic gain? There's none. Trust me, there's none. Okay? If this was a ship, it'd be the Titanic. Okay? All right? It's for the love of the game. It's for the love of you guys. It's for this. I have called this gentleman many a times saying, I don't know what I'm doing. I need help.
This one, there was one of me. Of course, now there's two of me, but we're working on it. We're working on it. No, thank you, Paul. I appreciate everything. And, for me, just values that my mom taught me when I was a kid to try to do the best for, anybody that you can help out. Anything that you can do to make somebody's life better, you just do it. There's no questions. You just do it. So, in the same token, I take that same value from all of you. You guys mean so much to me, and you know what I mean. Man, I'm speechless. Just thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you all for being, having an impact in my life. A kid from Brooklyn who wasn't supposed to be anything, and we're here together. So,
We love you.
That's it.
love you guys.
If you're happy to be a Masters fighter, you owe it to him. That's all I can say.
These were the inductees into the International Boxing Hall of Fame, and I didn't get all their names, so sorry. I would like to read them all off, but of course, as you saw, Manny was there. But there's quite a group, a fellow from Australia. Right next to me is Rick Babajian and several others, and it's his fight that we're looking at here. Well, it was a pretty incredible weekend. It started off by Friday evening with the inductions and a great meal. Then Saturday we had the bouts, which were well done. And then Sunday, my wife Trish and I went out on the boat. I've seen pictures of boats being around where people could walk around in the water because it was real shallow. Never been there until this trip, and it was a great time with all the people and being in the water. Lots of different things we saw there. It was really a great time. Beautiful homes, and just the whole weekend put on by Paul and Jill was an amazing. I've never experienced anything like it in all my years of master boxing. So they definitely take the cake on creating presenting a program. It was wonderful. Okay, we're here with Manny Fernandez. Manny is one of my idols. Manny has taken over master boxing. Used to be John Brown, used to be ringside. That kind of faded off into the background, I think because of insurance costs and everything. And Manny unbelievably took the reins and has just done an incredible job of keeping master boxing what it is today. Manny, tell us a little bit about your background. Of course, you were a boxer once. And also,
Yeah.
I think you were also a baseball player? Or
Basketball player.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Tell us about your background a little bit.
Well, I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, and out there, basketball is kind of the main sport that you play out there. So,
Right.
growing up, that was one of my passions. But boxing was also a passion for me, and boxing was kind of what kept me grounded and kept me away from some of the distractions that our neighborhood or areas of the city can attract you to.
Yeah, easily to suck in the
Yeah.
wrong
Yeah.
lifestyle. Yeah.
So I'm very grateful to be able to be a part of these sports because they help me stay grounded. Number one, and number two, it helped me create some goals. As a kid, everybody wants to be a pro athlete at some point. If you're into sports. But it also allowed me to further my education more than maybe it would normally happen for me. So anyway, I played basketball and I was preseason All-American my junior year, and then I was the first team All-American my senior year.
I love it.
And so I was getting offers from pretty much any university, but I was what was considered a Prop 48. And what a Prop 48 is if you don't pass your SATs, you can't get a full scholarship.
Oh, okay.
So what happened was I ended up going to a junior college in California.
Which one?
It's called Hartnell College, middle of
'Cause I
nowhere.
went to one too.
The middle of nowhere, Central California, middle of nowhere. It's really agriculture is what's there, right?
Yeah.
So the reason for me going there was it kept me out of trouble.
Yeah.
So I wasn't enticed by the big city or those type of thing.
Yeah.
So it was an adjustment for me. It was the first time I was out of the city and had to make some adjustments and everything. But
this ring out.
but it also let me really focus on the things that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
At the end of my first year there, my mom needed a triple bypass. So with that, what ended up happening was I ended up going pro overseas. So I played 2 years of pro basketball in Spain.
Wow,
And,
that had to be an experience.
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing because I also speak Spanish. I'm of Mexican descent, so
I love it.
because I speak Spanish, they made fun of me because the dialect's a little different. But I was able to communicate and everything, and had an amazing time. My second year there, we were playing for the title. I went up for a dunk, came down, blew out my knee. So that brought me back to the States to rehabilitate and everything. But let me go back a little bit. So boxing wise, I started boxing when I was 5. And so then...
Were you in diapers?
Yeah, pretty much. But, and a lot of that had to do with the neighborhood and everything. So I was lucky enough that some people took interest in me
Yeah.
and allowed me to work out with them for free and get some valuable lessons, just from the kindness of their heart, basically.
Yeah.
And so when I turned about 12, 13, I started competing. I ended up winning Golden Gloves at 16. I was 23-1. It was my record, and at that time I had to make a choice of what sport I was going to pursue.
Yeah.
And so coming from a single parent home, my mom didn't even know I was boxing. So that's what made me good too, because I couldn't come home with a black eye or anything like that,
Oh, you
because
had
then she
good
would find out. You know what I mean? So I ended up choosing basketball because of my mom, and so again, ended up playing a couple years pro overseas, came back. What ended up happening was my old boxing coach moved to LA. So he said, why don't you come out here, try it out. If you like it, stay. If not, you can go back to New York and do whatever you got to do. So I did. I went back to LA and loved it. Started doing some boxing workouts.
What part of LA?
I was in the Valley, Canoga Park.
Oh, okay. 'Cause
So-
I was born and raised.
Okay.
North
Yep.
Hollywood.
There you go. So did that, and from there, just rehabbed and everything. But I was doing boxing workouts, and what ended up happening was I started getting some clients. And one of my clients was I had two. One was 52, and one was 57. And you get to a certain point where it's like, okay, the workouts are great, but you kind of want to test yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So we started looking to see what can they compete in? Is there something available?
Yeah.
And so the first thing we did was we went to a smokers, and that didn't work out. So then I ended up finding out about Masters by chance.
The ringside?
No. This was before ringside.
Oh,
so
cool.
I'm the one that made John Brown put Masters in.
Oh, is
So
that
John
right?
didn't even know about Masters.
I love it.
So
That's
here's
some
what
history.
happened.
That's
So here's
some
what happened.
history.
So in 99, in 1999 or 98, they started putting the Masters rules together. But this was just for one fight.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be done. So it was a librarian and a lawyer that wanted to have an official match.
Yeah.
So once that was done, that was it. There was no more Masters.
I'll be done.
But the rules were still there. It was still in part of USA Boxing, but that was it. There was only two Masters.
Wow.
The way I found out about it was through AOL and the internet, which was barely really starting to get going.
That's amazing.
I found the article, and so that's when I started I had to make so many calls because even USA Boxing, like their headquarters, like a lot of people didn't know about it either.
Yeah.
So then once I got someone that knew a little bit about it, then I started finding out what were the requirements, what had to happen, and all that. So that's when I reached out to John.
I'll be done.
From
I didn't
Worlds.
know this. This is
Yeah.
amazing history.
Yeah, so I reached out to John and I said, hey, how do you feel about having some older boxers there? There's some coaches there that competed when they were younger and never turned pro, and they can compete again. And, we talked about it. And then he put me, John always had somebody else deal with some of these things. So he put me with his right-hand guy. And so we put it together and made it happen. And that's how I got into ringside. So the first year there was two matches. But one of those matches, it was one of the gentlemen from Michigan. I can't remember his name. But what they did was the Geezer magazine.
Put his picture on the front.
Right.
That's what I saw. That's the first
So
thing
that's what came from ringside.
I saw. I'll be done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
These are, yeah.
yeah, so that's what kind of also started introducing it to some of the seniors that also did some
Yeah.
other sports. And from there, it just kind of started growing little by little. I put a website together, started, spreading the information and all that. And that's how it grew,
That's amazing.
So, yeah, so that's how it went from ringside.
I mean, that's news to me. I didn't realize you were actually the creator.
Well, I wasn't the creator.
You're the
I
idea
took
guy.
I took it from where it was
Yeah.
when it was dead, and kind of gave it a little bit of life. So
And then John Brown sold just ringside, right?
Right. So they had some issues. Obviously I don't know his business, so I can't talk about that. But I know he had to sell it, so Combat Sports bought it. And what happened was,
Where's Combat Sports out of?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Because I heard
I know
they're
they were.
a foreign country.
Well, they were a mixed martial arts company.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so but I don't know where they're from. But anyway, so they purchased Ringside. What ended up happening is John Brown became the president of USA Boxing.
Yes.
So he was still bitter about having to sell Ringside.
Why did he have to sell it? Do you know?
Again, I don't know his business.
But
I
somehow.
I've heard some things, but I don't want to spread rumors.
Okay.
Because I can't say something without facts. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I wasn't in their situation, so
Right.
I couldn't tell you. I know he was bitter about having to sell it, so it was something he had to do. I can tell you that.
Wow.
But from there, so he became the president of USA Boxing. So the sanctioning from the tournament, which John Brown was his sanction,
Yeah.
was about between $500 to $800. Became 80,000.
Ah. Yeah.
So that's how Ringside became no more.
Right.
Which is we felt bad about it, but the reality is it also gave us an opportunity to branch out
Yeah.
and do some events ourselves, And so that's where Rude Dog, his tournament came.
Yeah.
That's where, the Vegas tournaments and, the tournaments that I do and all that, came from. So
Well, you've been the kingpin in my estimation of it. And you're also, I don't want to forget, you're an incredible artist. Even this show.
Oh, thank you.
Now, how do you do that? It's amazing.
Oh, it's just I've always been a part. Art has always been something that I've been a part of since I was a kid.
Wow.
From graffiti to, I grew up in the era where like hip hop, graffiti, all that was a part of our culture.
Yeah.
And so,
But you're amazing. I mean, it's
So-
unbelievable
oh, I appreciate it. I
how
appreciate it.
talented you are.
Yeah.
So now you run tournaments and you
Yeah.
travel around the country. And
Yes. Yeah, having fun. For me, it's really the relationships that you build.
Right.
The friendships. I've known you because of boxing.
Right.
And a lot of these guys I know because of boxing, but I know more than just the boxing. It's our lives and all that. So for me, the relationships is the most important thing, and really it's what keeps me going because there's no real financial. We don't have sponsors. We don't have big companies behind
And
us.
you should. In my opinion, somebody ought to step up.
Yeah. It's we're trying. So, but
Chick-fil-A or somebody.
but it is growing. So that's a good thing. And but yeah, that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me motivated, and keeps me going on that.
And you still live in California?
Yes.
Travel out
Yes.
there. Any, we like to ask people, is there any belief system that helped you through life? Anything that kind of moved
Oh
you?
yeah. So I'm I believe in God, and
Okay.
obviously, and then just the values that my mom instilled in me when I was a kid.
Because we're a Christian ministry.
Yeah.
We believe Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life.
Right.
And we're
Yeah.
a Bible-believing ministry. So I love to hear it.
Yeah. So for me, it's more really my mom's like values were what
Instilled in you.
what has made me who I am.
I love it.
Coming from a single parent home. Well, that's the other thing too. I'm going to be very honest with you right now. One of the things that Masters has done for me too, is as a kid that didn't have a father growing up,
Right.
I get to see some very inspiring, successful gentlemen that I can look up to.
That's great.
And that now I have friendships with that I can talk to,
Yes.
that I can reach out to whenever I need some advice or anything like that.
Yes.
And obviously,
I'd like to be one of those.
oh, absolutely, absolutely,
I
absolutely.
volunteer.
No, absolutely.
love it.
And so, so yeah, man. I mean, really, for me, it's just being a good person.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's being a good person. And if I could help somebody along the way, then I
And
do my best to help
the
them. You know what I
amount of
mean?
people you've
So,
helped is amazing.
so yeah.
Manny, you're a brother in Christ and an incredible inspiration for, I'm sure, hundreds, if not thousands, in your ministry.
I appreciate it.
And anything else you want to tell that person out there watching the video that's
Just never give up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Always, you know, we go through ups and downs. That's how life is.
oh man, isn't that
But keep your faith, you know, and just set some goals and go for it. I mean, that's what life is, you know?
Yeah.
So we've all been through the ups and downs.
yes.
You know, a person isn't judged by their highs. It's when they're down, how they get up and be able to
Yes.
dust off and keep going. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So never give up. It's you know, and have a strong faith with the Lord. Whatever your belief is,
Right.
just have a strong faith, and it'll guide you.
And sometimes that concept is played out in the ring in 2
Absolutely.
minutes.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
One minute you're hurting, the next minute you go back.
Absolutely.
Hey, I love it. Well, Manny, I tell you, I love it, and I'm so happy that hear your story, and we hope that it inspires a lot of other people. How do they get in touch with you?
Very easy. You can reach out just go to the USAMastersBoxing.com website, and all my information's on there.
So do you put in masterboxing.com in your...
No, USAMastersBoxing.com.
Okay. USAmasterboxing.com, and I would encourage those out there to look it up and get involved.
There you go.
Well, God bless you.
All right. Thank you, John.
Thank you. We want to thank you for watching RedefiningAging.us. I'm John District, your host. And our goal for the series is pretty simple. We just want to enhance the quality of people's lives. So if you know of an event that you think would be one for good for us to cover, please fill out the form on our website, and not only the event and what it is, where it is, when it is, and if there's a person you know that you think would be a good person for us to do a testimony on in some event, please let us know. And if you want a fuller description of my testimony, you can either go to johndistrict.com and look under ministry, or you can go here at redefiningaging.us. We appreciate your viewership. God bless, and hope to see you on more shows.